Good day and welcome to Naija Anchor News Let's Talk Politics, the platform where we break down the global games that shape our future. Today we are asking a question that's been stirring debates from Abuja to Addis Ababa. Between the United States and China, which superpower is truly better for Africa? Both are here for a reason, and spoiler alert, it's not for charity. The United States comes with democracy talk, military partnerships, and selective trade deals. China comes with roads, ports, and power plants, no lectures attached. But behind the smiles, both have clear interest in Africa and especially in Nigeria, the continent's largest economy and most populous nation. So let's break it down. The US approach, democracy, security, and strategic leverage. The United States has long seen Africa through three main lenses: democracy and governance support, pushing electoral reforms, anti-corruption initiatives, and civil rights programs, security cooperation, from counter-terrorism support in the Sahel to intelligence sharing in the Gulf of Guinea. Selective economic engagement. African Growth and Opportunity Act gives duty-free access to certain African exports, but only for compliant nations. So what does the US want from Africa and Nigeria, to be precise? Strategic minerals, cobalt, lithium, and rare earth for its tech and defense industries. Security allies, partners to counter terrorism and limit Russian and Chinese influence. Oil and gas, diversifying away from the Middle East by tapping Nigeria's crude and natural gas. Political influence, ensuring Africa aligns with US votes at the UN and other global platforms. As for the pros, grants instead of pure loans, governance support, advanced technology partnerships. As for the cons, we have conditional aid, slow project delivery, sometimes focuses more on strategic gains than local needs. As for the Chinese approach, infrastructure, trade, and resource access. China's African footprint is defined by massive infrastructure projects, railways in Kenya, highways in Ethiopia, deep sea ports, and Nigeria's standard gauge railway lines. Soft loans and fast delivery, minimal red tape, non-interference in politics. Aggressive trade growth. China is now Africa's largest trading partner with over $250 billion in trade annually. So what does China actually want from Africa and Nigeria, to be precise? Raw materials, oil, gas, iron, ore, and agricultural commodities. Market access. Africa's 1.4 billion consumers for Chinese goods, from electronics to cheap textiles. Political support. African backing for Chinese positions in global bodies, strategic ports and land, infrastructure control for Belt and Road Initiative, global trade dominance. As for the pros, fast infrastructure delivery, less political interference, large-scale financing. As for the cons, debt risks, imported labor over local employment, questions over quality, and long-term maintenance. So what does Africa and Nigeria, to be precise, have to offer to both powers? Africa isn't just a passive player. We have leverage if we use it. Natural resources. Africa holds 30% of the world's mineral reserves, critical for clean energy tech, defense systems, and global manufacturing. Energy supply. Nigeria's oil and massive gas reserves can feed the world's growing energy appetite. Youthful market. Africa's population is set to double by 2050, a gold mine for consumer goods, tech products, and services. Strategic geography. Control over key maritime routes and choke points like the Gulf of Guinea and the Red Sea. Political influence. 54 African votes in the UN, a bloc big enough to sway global diplomacy. So the African dilemma at this point is between choosing or balancing. Choosing one superpower risks over-dependence. Balancing both could bring the best of each. US for governance, education, and technology. China for infrastructure, speed, and capital. But this only works if African leaders negotiate from strength and not desperation. So the real question isn't which superpower is better for Africa, but whether African nations, especially Nigeria, will stop acting like aid recipients and start acting like equal partners. If leaders play it smart, they can turn the US-China rivalry into a growth engine. If they don't, Africa could end up as just another prize in a modern-day scramble. This time not for land, but for resources, markets, and influence. Thanks for joining us on Naija News Let's Talk Politics. Until next time, stay involved, stay tuned.